Welcome to our free YouTube creator training library brought to you by the Senior Tuber community.
So what else are we going to learn? Well, we're going to learn if your niche is niche down enough or too much, right? So what does that mean? It's sort of like the three bears, right? When you had the three bears, it was too big or too small or just right. And you might not know that until you start with your niche. And then you start saying, okay, I think I've niched down a little bit too much. Nobody's knocking on the door. Or I think I can niche down more because I think there are people who only want to see this, right? So in my case, I like to be a content creator and teach people how to be a content creator, but I don't want to work with all different ages. I recognize that I'm a mature woman. I want to teach mature people. And I think there's a reason for that because I want to make sure that we learn at a comfortable pace and not like a fire hose like younger people do. And so I kept niching down. And then at one point I was working with just women content creators. And I didn't like that. I felt like I wanted to have men and women in my community. And so I stretched it a little bit out a little further. So based on you and how you feel and how your audience is responding to you, you'll decide if you want to go in, out, or you're just right. Some of you would be interested in knowing if you wanted to choose a niche that you really haven't mastered yet. I get that. I've actually been interested in some of those topics. Like, what if I wanted to do a cooking channel and I'm not a great cook and I just love the idea of vegan cooking and I'm a messy cook. And I thought maybe I should have a channel about being a messy vegan chef, right? But I know nothing about it. I'm not even that great at the preparation, but I could become a channel owner for that if I wanted to. And we're going to talk about if you wanted to do something that isn't exactly what you've mastered, what you're an expert at, but you're really interested, I have great tips on that to help you do that. Also, who is your channel for? Because some of us are creating a channel based on what we want to do for the world, and some of us want to meet the world where what they need, you're providing, all right? And it's okay that you marry the two, but you do want to know if you've even thought about your audience as much as you've thought about sharing your own voice, right? You want to make sure there's an audience for you. Also, we're going to build a business that's going to be successful. It's going to make your channel successful because you chose a niche. And there are certain things, there's certain kind of conditions that you want to do to make sure you've positioned yourself to succeed. And choosing a niche actually helps, just that alone helps you have a better chance of survival and getting engagement and getting a bigger and better audience. And we're also going to talk about branding. What do you do? Now that you have a niche, you get to express yourself a certain way that actually doubles down on the value of having a niche. And now it's going to show as well. So for me, it was changing colors, changing how I wanted to convey myself to my audience, and maybe meeting my audience where they were and not just what I wanted. And it's also about finding your people. We're going to talk about how do you find your people? Now that I know I'm a content creator for mature people, where are you, right? And so I had to do some research and find that. And we're going to discuss how you do it and how to get them as fast as you can.
Thank you for watching our free YouTube creator training library brought to you by the Senior Tuber community.